Hey, it's Hunt. You found Hunt on Saints. We're talking black and gold football. Do us a favor. Hit the like button, share your comments below, and hit that subscription button so you can get all of our content. Enjoy. All right, I sat down at my desk today and I said, okay, I'm not going to use any preconceived notions. I'm going to actually just go through this game by game and see what I think the Saints record's going to be. I think everyone who is listening has heard me talk about the Saints since January, and it has not been in glowing terms. I thought that Fuanga was a really good draft pick when they made it. I thought the Chase Young deal was an awesome signing. I thought the Willie Gay deal was a good signing as well. And they've done some things in the offseason that I have approved of. But in general, when I think about Dennis Allen, who I don't think is a great coach, and think about Derek Carr, I don't think is a great quarterback. When I think about the offensive line as a whole that I think is not very good, I don't have high hopes for the Saints entering this season. I think that's been apparent to anyone who's listened at all. But I was a little surprised at how this went when I started going game by game. I'm not a Saints homer because I don't honestly care that much if they win or lose. I would prefer they win. It's better for our content. It's better for the state of Louisiana. It's better for my friends, and my wife likes the Saints, and I would prefer it, but I don't lose any sleep when they don't get it done. So it's not a blind homer deal. It's just kind of the way that I felt as I was going through game by game. So I'll slowly go through and show you how I arrived at this final record. They open with Carolina at home, and they're going to win that game. The Panthers are really bad. They've been bad for years. I don't have any confidence Bryce Young's going to get it done. So I got the Saints starting 1-0. They go to Dallas in week 2. I think the Cowboys are going to be really good this year. I think they might win the NFC East. So I have the Saints losing that one to go to 1-1. Philly comes to the Dome in week 3, and I think most people would write an L right next to that. But wait a second. The bottom fell out of Philadelphia last year. They were terrible at the end of the season. Tampa had no problem with them in the playoffs. They lose their all-pro center, Kelsey. And, are we sure they're the really, really good team they were 2 years ago? Or are they maybe closer to what they were at the end of last year? I don't know, but they're coming to the Dome. I'll take the Saints to win that game to go to 2-1. Then they go to Atlanta. I've got them losing that game, so that's 2-2. Then they're at Kansas City on Monday Night Football. That's a loss, so they're 2-3. Come home for Tampa. Are we all just going to bow at Baker Mayfield's feet and just assume he's going to play great football? I'm not ready to do that. It's at home in the Dome. I'll take the Saints to beat Tampa and to go to 3-3. Then you welcome in Denver on a short week. Denver's got to travel in the short week for Thursday Night Football. Bo Nix, I like the Saints defense against Bo Nix, quite frankly. So give me the Saints D to do enough to beat Sean Payton in that homecoming. The Saints go to 4-3 at that point. You're at the Chargers. I've got that as a loss. Then you go to the Panthers. I'm going to give you a win at the Panthers. So that brings you to 5-4 at this point, and you've played 9 games. So that would be a pretty encouraging start because we understand that the beginning of the Saints' schedule is very, very difficult. But it does soften up a little bit in the middle. Unfortunately, that's not quite here yet. I've got Atlanta coming to the Dome and beating the Saints. I think the Falcons are going to be pretty good. I think Cousins is pretty good. So I'll take the Falcons to drop the Saints to 5-4. Then you play the Browns in the Dome. I think that matchup is terrible for the Saints. Myles Garrett, that Browns front, that defense against this Saints offense, I don't like the Saints odds at all there. So unfortunately, you lose 3 of 4 entering the bye week to go to the bye at 5-6 overall. You got now at this point 5 games left, and it's manageable. I've got the Saints beating the Rams off a bye at home to go to 6-6. Then you go to the Giants. I've got you winning that one to go 7-6. Then Jaden Daniels and the Commanders come to New Orleans. I think the Saints can win that game against a rookie quarterback, although that has been a bit of a bugaboo for Dennis Allen, and the mobile quarterbacks have been as well. But give me the Saints to beat Washington to go to 8-6. You're at Green Bay in December. No, thank you. That does not sound fun at all. I've got that going to 8-7. The Raiders are going to be terrible this year. They come to the Dome. That is 9-7. That's a win for the Saints. And then you go to Tampa and lose. That is 9-8 on the season. I thought for sure when I embarked on this exercise that I would have the Saints somewhere around 5-12. That's what I kind of thought they would be in my head before I started going game by game. And I don't think the wins I have are just absolutely ludicrous. Yeah, you could say that the Saints are not going to be favored to beat Philadelphia at home. And I would say that's fine, and they may lose that game. I got you, but I have it as a win. I think they're going to beat Carolina in the opener. I think they can beat Tampa at home. I think they can beat Denver at home. I think they can beat the Panthers on the road. I think they can beat the Rams at home. I think they can go to New York and beat the Giants. I think they can beat a rookie quarterback in the Commanders. I think they can beat the Raiders. I mean, who are these quarterbacks we're talking about them beating? I've got Gardner Minshew. I've got Jaden Daniels. I've got Daniel Jones, Stafford, Bryce Young, Bo Nix, Baker Mayfield, and then Jalen Hurts. Like, that's not exactly a Hall of Fame worthy crew here. I realized that we saw some of this last year, and the Saints weren't always dominant against some of the lesser quarterbacks, but they did win some of those games against Tommy DeVito and Tyson Bagent and some of those guys, and maybe you get lucky and get a couple of those here as well. I'm not going crazy. They're not beating Dallas. They're not beating Mahomes. They're not going to the Chargers and winning. I don't have them blocking the Browns and winning that game. I don't think they're going to go beat Bryce Love, Jordan Love in Green Bay. But I think there are more wins on this schedule than I had originally thought. I don't know if 9-8 is good enough to win the division or not. I kind of think the Falcons are going to be good, but they are the Falcons. Like, they can screw things up pretty quickly and have in the past. So I'm a little shook by the fact that I got to 9 wins, and I'm probably going to look like an idiot by the time January rolls around. But it's just one of those deals where you do the exercise and you see what the result is. And in this case, the result was an over 500 season. If Dennis Allen does that, he's going to keep his job. I definitely would not have bet that I was going to land on that when we got into training camp. But here we are. It all starts on Sunday with Carolina. We'll talk to a Carolina Panthers beat writer tomorrow. Then we'll pick the game coming up on Friday at the end of the show. Just a news flash, I will be picking the Saints to beat the Carolina Panthers in the Superdome in the opener. If they don't, I'm going to revise this 9-8 to about 4-13. So we'll see how that goes. That's a look through the Saints schedule. If you're looking for Saints content, you can find it on YouTube at Hunt on Saints. I guess, Beck, I'll get your thoughts on that. Is 9-8 just an absolutely ludicrous prediction from me?
No, I don't think it is ludicrous. I think I would probably lean towards 8-9 or 7-10, but it's not out of the realm of possibilities. I mean, if this offense can improve with Clint Kubiak calling the shots, and Alvin Kamara can play. He doesn't have to play like he did 5 years ago.
It comes down to the line. It's got to come down to the offense.
Yeah, it's about Trevor Penning. Trevor Penning, I don't see how he is starting after the first few games, but either way, if he can't go and Olujudo comes in and maybe he can be marginally better than Penning, but either way, if the offensive line cannot protect Derek Carr, he can't move. So if they can't protect him, then their offense is in a lot of trouble, and the defense is going to have to carry them.
We'll see. We'll start with Carolina on Sunday. Hey, it's on. Thanks for watching Hunt on Saints. Before you leave, help us out a little bit. Hit that like button, leave your comments in the section below, and hit that subscribe button so you get all our content right here from Hunt on Saints. We'll see you next time.